Hey loves, welcome back again to another tutorial. My name is Jenny. I'm so sorry I've not been posting videos like the way I'm supposed to, okay? It's because I've been so busy lately, but now I'm back. So today's video is the cutting and sewing of this Victorian corset, as you can see on the screen. So if this sounds like what you're interested to learn, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. And also thank you to my new and my returning subscribers. So let's get into it, guys. Welcome back again, soulmates. So guys, let's go ahead and draft out the pattern. Okay, on that starting line now, I'm going to go ahead and place my shoulder measurement by 2. Then I'm going to come down by ½ inch. From that ½ inch, I'm coming down by my armhole length. Okay, then I'm going to input my bust point, my under bust, my half length. Okay, from that half length I'm going to input 6 inches. Okay, then I'm going to connect all the points together like this. From that half length I added 6 inches, which is going to be for the top length. So after ruling out the line, whatsoever you have at the shoulder, I'm going to place it on the chest line to have like the armhole length. Okay, like this. Then I'm going to divide my bust measurement by 4, place it there, right there. Okay, then after that I'm going to get the midpoint of this armhole length, then come out by ½ inch. Then after that I'm going to just connect my armhole like this. Okay, so go ahead and connect your armhole curve. So after getting that, I'm going to input my bust span, which is 4 inches. Okay, so 8 inches divided by 2, that is your nipple to nipple. I'm going to place it there. Okay, so after doing that, guys, I'm going to mark out the neck width of 3 inches and neck depth of 3 inches. Okay, so I'm going to just connect it like this. So after doing that, I'm also going to connect my shoulder slope. So divide the shoulder area by 2, connect it to the bust point, as you can see me doing like this. Then I'm going to go ahead and label the lines. So after labeling the lines, I'm going to mark 1 inch towards the center front and 2 inches towards the side. Then I'm going to just connect it like this from the under bust line to the hip area, that is the full length of the blouse. Okay, so just connect with a straight line, then come down by ½ inch from the bust point, then connect with a slant line at this part. Then this part I'm going to connect with a curve. Okay, so I'm going to just curve this part like this, so you can see what I'm having. So this was not giving me what I wanted, then I had to use my free hand in doing this. Okay, so guys, after doing that, guys, I'm going to mark 7 inches. Okay, so from the armhole length I went up by 2 inches. That is how I want it to be. And after getting it, I'm going to mark 1 inch at both sides of that line to avoid any gaping in. Okay, so I'm going to just connect it like this to the bust point, like so. You can see what I'm doing. So this is just like a normal way of achieving your bustier. Okay, so this is just like a normal way of achieving your bustier. So then I'm going to come down by ½ inch from the chest line to get my sweetheart neckline. So you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to place my pattern master this way, then I'm going to connect the sweetheart neck like this. Then also this part also I'm going to connect it from the dart up to the armhole area like this. So you can see what I'm having now. So after getting these, guys, I'm going to take my measurement, place my tape like this, then place it on these other parts. So okay, so I'm going to place my measurements there. So I've also replaced these parts, that's that area we took in, I've also replaced it. So I'm going to also do the same thing at the waist area. Okay, take your measurement and divide it by 4, input it there. Remember, there is no stitching allowance on this pattern. Okay, I'm also going to divide my hip measurement by 4 and I'm going to place it there. Okay, then go ahead and connect all the points together. So after connecting, to get the bust dart, I'm going to come down by 2 inches, connect it to the bust point like this. But I later changed my mind. I used 1.5 instead of the 2 inches, okay? So go ahead and measure out your client properly to know the distance between the front and the back half length, okay? So guys, at this area also, I'm going to go up by 2 inches from the hem of the side of the blouse like this, because I don't want that part to be pointy. I'm going to just curve it like this. So this is what we are having. So on the waist area now, I'm going to tighten it. So I'm going to subtract 2 inches. So I'm going to just get the midpoint of this part like this, connect it this way, okay, with a straight line. So get the midpoint of that part of the waist, connect it like that with a straight line. Then I'm going to subtract 2 inches from the waist. Then I'm going to give remember the front has 2 sides, then the back has 2 sides. At both sides of the line, I marked 0.25. So go ahead and give this part half inch. So at this part of this front side is going to be half inch, okay? I don't know if you understand. Then when I turn it over to the other side of the front, I'm also going to have half inch. So that means the front is having 1 inch. Then I'm also going to give 1 inch to the back side, okay? Go ahead and cut it out. Then I'm going to close up this part, which is the bust area. So don't forget to close your bust dart, okay, like this. So I'm going to tape this down, okay? So if you have been following this channel, you should know how to snatch your waist properly, okay? Know how to snatch your waist properly when it comes to making a corset, okay? This part also, I'm going to just align it to fit properly at that part. You can see, so this is what we call contouring. So just go ahead and contour that part to know if there is any shortage, okay? After doing that, guys, the next thing is for me to just cut it out. So just watch carefully the way I'm doing that, okay, like this. So this is very easy. So your waist area, you can snatch it with 3 inches, but I decided to snatch it with 2 inches because my client does not want it to be too tight, okay? So just go ahead and cut it out. So guys, after cutting, this is what we are having for the front. So I'm going to also cut out this waist area, this darts which I have at the waist part, okay? So before then, go ahead and label it out, because by the time you cut it out, you might mistake the other piece for the other one, okay? So these are the pieces for the front. Let's go ahead and draft out the back piece. So for the back piece, go ahead and divide your shoulder by 2, come down by half inch, then come down by your armhole length, okay, from that half inch. Then on the actual line, I'm also going to place my chest line, okay. The bust point is not going to be needed. The under bust is not going to also be needed, okay. So remember, we have a bust dart of 1.5, so I'm going to subtract it from the waist of the front. So 17 inches minus 1.5, so I add 15.5 inches, okay. So you can see me marking 15.5 inches for the half length of the back. Then after that, I'm going to come down by 6 inches like we did for the front, okay. So I came down by 6 inches, which is going to be the length of the blouse, okay. So you can see what we are having. Connect all the points together. So divide your bust measurement by 4, add it on the chest line, okay, like so. You can see what I'm doing. So before then, go ahead and place what you have at the shoulder on the chest line to have the armhole length, okay. So after that, guys, I'm going to connect the armhole part like this with my curve rule. Go ahead and divide your waist measurement by 4 and also your hip measurement by 4. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know that the camera stopped filming. This is how far I've gone. So I've gone ahead to rule out the neckline, the hip line, and also the dart, okay. It's not something so difficult to do. So the neck depth I used was just 1 inch, okay. 1 inch for the neck depth and 3 inches for the neck width, as the same as the front. So the back is going to have a loop. I went ahead to mark out 2 inches for the loop. I think I used 2.5 inches for the loop. That is how wide I want it to be, because it's going to have a cover, okay, a modesty panel at the back. So for the back also, I came up by 2 inches and I curved it at the side like so to take away the sharp edge. So for the back also, I'm going to tighten it up, snatch it up. Remember I said I'm going to add 1 inch for the back. Okay, so remember the back has 2 sides. I got the midpoint of this part and I made a straight line, okay, like so. So I'm going to just label it up. So this part is not going to be needed. So on this line, I'm going to mark 2.5 inches like the way we did for the front. So which gave me ½ inch for this part. Then for the other part of the back is also going to have ½ inch, okay. So for the yoke for the back is going to have like a V neckline for the yoke at the back, okay. So you can see I connected it from the neck width up to this point. So guys, you can see that the side now match up together. The side of the front matched up together with the side of the back. So go ahead and label your patterns as much as you can, because by the time you cut it out, you are going to have a lot of pieces, okay, so that you don't mix things up. So go ahead and label it as much as you can, okay. So guys, this is me still cutting out the back. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out my patterns, and this is what I have for the front and the back. You can see the yokes and you can see all the patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all these patterns on my fabric and also on the lining, okay. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out my fabric, and this is the lining. So at this part I added 1 inch at the side of the center front, so 1 inch for the stitching allowance. So I'm going to use that part as my boning casing. I'm going to show you what I meant by that, okay. So also at this side front one, I also added 1 inch at the curvy part, okay, so which I'm going to attach on the center front like this, you can see. So I added 1 inch at the side for the seam allowance, but for the other sides I added ½ inch. So this part also I added ½ inch. So at the top and the bottom I also added ½ inch, okay. And you can see my wording, you can see the stay right there. Remember the side front I added 1.5 inches for the stitching allowance, and the side back also I added 1.5 inches for the stitching allowance. For the rest of the parts I added ½ inch, okay. So guys, I have 2 lining right here. So one is going to be the inner lining and the other one is going to be the outer lining. So for the inner lining, I'm going to place the lace like this on it, and I'm going to top stitch on it to hold it together, okay. So after doing that guys, and this is the other lining, I added my hair stay and my wording. So this is it guys. So I'm going to go ahead and join all the pieces together. You can see, stitch up this part by the 1 inch I said I added, okay, to it, and I'm also going to do it on the main fabric. So guys, this is what the lining is looking like now. So you can see this part where I added 1 inch, you can see. So this is it, you can see the 1 inch allowance. You can see I've also gone ahead to add my cup, okay. So guys, this is what the main fabric is also looking like. You can see I've created my boning channels. You can see that 1 inch I added at the center front area. I use it to create a boning channel at that part. So this is the number of boning channel I'll be adding for this particular corset, okay, because that is how my client want it to be. So the next thing now to do guys, I'm going to go ahead and add the yoke to the front piece like so. I've gone ahead to turn the yoke. I cut out 2 pieces for the front and 2 pieces. So one is going to serve as the lining and the other one is serving as the main fabric, okay. So I've gone ahead to turn it at the neck area. The next thing now to do is to place the yoke like this. You can see on the main fabric. Then I'm going to arrange it properly like this, and I'm going to stitch it down. So when you are stitching it down, stitch it down first at the one side, okay, before stitching the other side, okay. So after doing this, guys, I'm going to just take it to my machine and stitch it down. So coming to the back piece, guys, this is what we have for the back. I've gone ahead to join all the pieces together. So the next thing for me to do now is to go ahead and stitch up the sides. Okay, so this is what I have done for this other piece of the back. I've added my loops, so go ahead and add your loops. So if you're using an eyelet, go ahead and create your eyelet channels. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Then after that, I'm going to add my yoke like this. So make sure you add your yoke ½ inch away from the loops. You can see what I'm doing. So just go ahead and add your yokes like this. Okay, stitch it down. So guys, after stitching it down, this is what the front yoke now is looking like. You can see this points. So after getting that, I'm going to still place it like this, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch up this other side. So after that, I'm going to place the lining on it, stitch up the top and the side. So guys, after doing that, this is what I'm having. I've also gone ahead to stitch up the shoulder part. I'm sorry this video is very fast because I have to deliver this dress tomorrow, but I just want to film the sewing process of this dress. Okay, so just pardon me, the video is very fast, I know. So guys, this is it. This is what the yoke is looking like for the front and the back. So the next thing now for me to do is to just place the front and the back right side facing, and I'm going to just go ahead and shape it with the client body measurement. Okay, so go ahead and shape it. Okay, so guys, this is what we are having after shaping, and I've also gone ahead to hem the bottom part of the blouse. So if you want yours to be a blouse, you can leave it this way, okay, and go ahead and make the skirt part. But for me, this is going to be a gown, so I'm going to attach a skirt to it to give me like a gown. Okay, so this is going to be an inbuilt corset. So if you like to see how I attach the skirt parts to this blouse, I'm going to advise you to check out on my channel. It's going to be right there. Okay, so this is how the blouse came out. I hope you gain 1 or 2 things from it, so go ahead and check it out. Thank you so much. Bye guys.